didn't even have a place in his own daddy's house. Go get David, holler for him. Time to feed him or something. Can't you imagine David? When you feel that kind of love, you'd rather stay outside. When the man of God come, when Billy Graham came to town, I didn't need to see Billy. I ain't seen God in a long time. I'll stay out here in the shepherd's field. At least out here, nobody's calling me names. At least out here, I am separated, but out here, I don't have to feel no more pain. What David began to do as a little boy was put walls up. Come on, somebody. He carried the shame later on of murder. Made a mistake. See, it's easy to do something and then pull the trigger, then it's over. And that goes in a lot of different directions. You make one decision that changes everything in your life. How many times have we made decisions and said, man, I wish I could take that back. If I could just go back there, I would have never made this decision. I didn't know it would be this bad, Jesus. Then he carried the separation of losing his own child. I wonder how many scars are in this room. I wonder how many pains and chains. 61% of the church got it. And half this congregation carries chains. 73%, excuse me. Pain you don't want to talk about, memories that you wish would just leave. Memories that you talk about in your mind and you cast them down, but it seems like, James, they keep coming. And it's like a movie that replays in your mind. And the more that you say, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to feel it, but then it replays when you lay in your bed. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Now I want you to hear this. It says, when David said these words, the Lord is near the brokenhearted. If you look at the word brokenhearted in the Hebrew language, it means shattered into pieces. He is near a heart that has been shattered into pieces. Busted and disgusted. I don't know how I could ever live again. I don't know how I could ever love again. I don't know how I can ever trust again. My heart is gone. My heart is in a million pieces, Jesus. How can you fix this? Come on, church. The word crushed, I looked it up in the Hebrew language, and it has a definition of its own. Listen to this. The word crushed is the weight of what you've seen. The word crushed is the weight of what you've seen. Have you ever seen things you wish your eyes didn't see? And you start putting more of these on because you can't get it out of your mind. What you have seen and what you have dealt with is where these chains come from. You said you forgived. You tried to forget. But it seems like these chains don't go away. Anybody can identify to something in this church already? I believe we all can compare ourselves to David one time or another. You know, when I think about the other two that come to my mind that have went through it, have seen it. You know, it's bad enough, Megan, when I try to forget something and the world reminds you of it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I try to forget everything that I did or didn't do. Jesus, forgive me east to west, but people ain't so easy. They love to remind you of where you fell short. They love to throw rocks at you. They love to put more chains on you and tell you where you didn't add up and where you remember what you did. Come on, somebody. And then you start putting more of these on and it gets heavier and heavier. You thought you had it off, but the next thing you know, you carrying one around in your hand. You can't even write without it in your hand because of chains that are attached to you. I told you from day one, if you've been around me long enough, what you're connected to will bless you or curse you. If the devil is the accuser. And if somebody always wants to accuse you of what you did and didn't do, I suggest you highly in this church to get new company. Come on, somebody. If you can't forgive me, then forget me, because the Lord has forgiven me. It is up to me to forgive me. Come on, somebody. Number one thing that we carry to change is because we don't know how to forgive ourselves.